Hey, it's Jason. Welcome to another expansion for the Elder Signs games. This is Gates of Arkham expansion. So this is actually kind of neat because it's going to add replace your adventure deck with a brand new adventure deck, but you're still going to get new investigators, new items, common, unique, new spell cards, new allies, new monsters to fight. So it's really, adds a bunch of different new content, but it lets you play with all your old stuff. There's all the different stuff it's going to come with. Here it's going to tell you how to set up the modes. This it lets you actually go around the town of Arkham. So the base game, you're just and with the first expansion, Unseen Forces, which added to that, you're just going around the museum. Here you're actually going around the town of Arkham. It's just the same way you add your new adventure. It's like Mythos cards. So you're going to replace the Mythos deck with the new one, because you only want to use Mythos deck for this, because they link to the adventures. You're going to have a new event deck, but all the skill cards can be added in, or they have new skill cards, membership cards, gate markers, entrance sheet, and a modified setup. So you're going to actually set this up a little bit differently. So instead of having 6 decks, you have 3, and then you don't know what's on the other side of them. But we'll kind of get to those. You have a brand new entrance card, which says different stuff. So on the back of the cards, you're going to list if they're roughly easy, normal, or hard. So that gives you an idea of, what you're trying to do. So basically, easy ones will be easy to do, but you're going to have less rewards. Harder, going to be a lot harder, have better rewards. There's going to be gates you can open and close, which let you do different stuff, move to other world, places like that. And then there's event icons, which will activate event cards. There's also new membership cards, which you can get for either the Order of the Silver Twilight or the Sheldon Gang, depending on which membership you have. If you have one, you can gain bonuses to some of your different cards. Then they have a new card type called skill cards, which give you like permanent type bonuses. Until it tells you to get rid of it. Kind of neat. And then there's split penalties and rewards, which are also neat. So when you win, you get to choose which one you want. And I think there's one more page in the instruction books here. Yep. It's going to show off the new ancient ones. Of course, all the credit people. New Doom icon. So on your sheets, it's got new icons that are going to show adding a gate. And then all the different symbols. So I have new ones. You have skills, healing, respite, expedition, expeditus, reprieve, clock gate, remove a monster, lose items. So a bunch of unique other icons. So let's jump in and look at some of this stuff. So I said we're going to have these tokens, we're going to have these different portals, there's going to be 2 of each color. So they're going to link from one to the other. So red to red, blue to blue, so on and so forth. We're going to have some closed gate cards, or tokens. Plus all the little investigators tokens, a couple more health icons. Not too much, just a few extra. As long as I got the monsters out, let's jump through them really quick. We're going to have a Gug. A Weng Spider. A Dahole. And a Doom counter. Boy. These guys can be added right. They get mixed in right with the regular ones. So, for the most part, you can play all these guys with the main story if you don't want to do the Arkham one. So, Beans of Ib. There are a few exceptions, however. Shan. Lots of green dice. Locking green dice sucks. Alright, so this would be the exception. So some of these are going to have this little exclamation point. Exclamation point means they can only be used when you're playing the Arkham set. So if you're not playing the Arkham, you have to take these guys out. And that's because they include like things like the gates, which wouldn't be available in the other modes. So we have Riot. And that's because like a riot wouldn't, I guess, make sense to take place in a museum. Yithian. And finally we have Night Gaunt. So there's only, what, like 5 of them? 4 or 5 of them that are exclusive, so that's not too bad. And there's a couple other, I think, item cards that are the same way, but again, it's not many. And this is the only expansion, I believe, that does that has cards exclusive to it. All the other ones don't care. Either they're cards that can only be used there because they're only parts like the entire deck, or it doesn't matter. Alright, so we're going to start off, we're going to have the Streets of Arkham. So you may spend 2 trophies to do one of the following, and then move to an Arkham adventure of your choice. So these guys are called Arkham Adventures, and each expansion refers to it as its own, like, blank adventure to keep them separate. So if you're reading card text for some reason, it's always going to refer to its set as the, whatever the adventure is. So flip 1 face down, Arkham face up. Flip 1 adventure without a gate, monster or loctite or investigator, and replace it with a new face down one, or regain 1 stamina. And then the other side, just blank, because it only has a couple of options. So you're losing the ability to shop for tokens and do all that other stuff, or heal for free, and things. It makes the game a little bit more difficult, or a little bit different, I should say. So we have some new investigators we can play with, though. We have Skidz O'Toole, the ex-convict. School of Hard Knocks. Once during his turn after rolling dice, Skidz may reroll all dice showing the result of his choice. Trish Scarborough, the spy. Breaking the limits. When Trish fails to complete a task, she may lose 1 sanity and 1 stamina instead of setting aside a die. Patrice Hathaway, the violinist. Inspiration. Each time Patrice gains 1 or more clues after setup, she gains 1 extra clue. Patrice may allow other investigators to spend her clues. William York, the Gravedigger. William begins the game with 1 random monster trophy from the cup. At the start of his resolution phase, William may discard a monster trophy to add a red and yellow die to his die pool. Norman Withers, the Astronomer. In the stars, once per day, when the Otherworld card is successfully resolved, Norman may draw 1 spell. Tommy Muldoon, the Rookie Cop. Heroic Sacrifice. Each time another investigator loses stamina, Tommy may lose any amount of that stamina instead. Each time he loses any amount of stamina space, he regains 1 sanity. Finn Edwards, the Bootlegger. Smuggle goods. Once per day, at the start of any investigator's turn, Finn may spend 1 trophy to cause any investigator to choose and draw 1 common item. And finally, we have Akachi Onle, the Shaman. Earthspeaker. Once per day, when an Otherworld card is drawn, 1 investigator of Akachi's choice regains 1 sanity and 1 stamina. Then we have some ancient ones. Yib Skill, All-Seeing. After investigators spend a clue, he must either lose 1 sanity or 1 stamina. Now, since I have them gates on there. So this one can only be used with the Arkham set, really. You could use them with the other ones, you just have to, like, ignore that or use them as something else. Kahanahoa, and now engage. Each time an investigator successfully resolves an Otherworld card, He must roll one green die. On a terror result, he is devoured. At Galaxy Nache, Web Between Worlds. At midnight, there are 3 or more open gates. Add 1 Doom token to the Doom track. Whenever a gate opens, a monster appears. So I can see, like, he specifically has this one down there. They don't. So again, you just ignore the yellow one. He also has that. So 2 of them can be used in the regular. 2 of them have to be used with Arkham because they specify opening gates. Yod Sohoth, Lurker on the Threshold. At midnight, a gate opens. Investigators cannot use spells, focus dice, or receive assistance while at other worlds. Speaking of other worlds, let's look at those. I'll zoom back out a little bit. So this will have the event marker on there. So lost in time and space. And then it has some clock icons, clocks down here. And then if you win, you get either spells skills or a common item, or you get an elder sign and a token or a clue depending on what you need more. And then now it's going to show here, this one's only for the Arkham set. Because I'm not really sure why. It's because it has the events and the skill cards, and those wouldn't be available. You could definitely use the skill cards. Well, this one doesn't specify that either. So the events can be used in any of them, skill cards. This one's kind of neat. Monster token goes in front of that one. Bolts of Zing. The Great Temple. Ancient Egypt. Oh, that's mean, because it's going to cover that. It's just locking one. The far side of the moon. Oh, there's a monster there. City of Gugs. Ancient Snaroth. And Unknown Tagath. Alright. So then all the adventure cards here are going to be sorted out. Different icons on the back. So the different colors on the back don't necessarily mean anything. They just kind of group them together in like locations of things that are near each other. But the colors don't mean anything. What they do have is they have effects on the back. So when you go to an area, you're going to get to do this effect. So that's going to make a difference too. Or it might depend which one you have to get rid of. So at midnight, it's not a Doom Tracker. So you want to probably go investigate the woods so you can flip it over and see that it's the Coven. Yeah, there's 3 for each one. So there's the woods, the magic shop, which I believe, yeah, all the ones on the back are always the same. The effects, so we have St. Mary's Hospital, Historical Society, Ma's Boarding House, South Church, Black Cave, the Graveyard, General Store, Curiosity Shop, Train Station, Newspaper, The Unnameable, Unvisited Isle, River Docks, the Witch House, Silver Twilight Lodge, and this is where you can spend more of your trophies, stuff like that. Spend here. Hibbs Roadhouse, Velma's Diner, Police Station, Independence Square, the Bank of Arkham, Arkham Asylum, University Library, Miskatonic Science Building, and the University Administrations. So, like, in lieu of having the regular entrance, that's what gives you a bunch of the different stuff, is those effects on the back of the card. So clearly these are all, they're not going to have the little exclamation point because they are only for the Arkham set. Here we have Registration Day, Follow Faculty, the Dean. The Lecture, Alien Dissection, and the Machine. Oh geez, what's at that one? Exhaustive Research. That one, I don't even know how you could beat that. Oh, investors need to complete only one task on this adventure to solve it. Okay. Oh geez, I was like, how are you supposed to ever do that? That's terrible. Alright, the Archaic Collection. So this one's gonna have one of the symbols down there for one of the gangs. So we're gonna have membership cards like this, the Order of the Silver Twilight. Or it's going to show the Sheldon Gang, which are the two symbols, the head or the little arrows. So if you have that membership card, you don't have to complete this one. It's auto-completed. So it's kind of nice. The upside of being a membership. And then down here, it's going to show like a little grayed out one. So if you're part of the Silver Twilight, you get a remove a Doom token. If you fail, either you gain a curse or a Doom token, or you become cursed and you gain a thing. Now, if you don't have the Unseen Forces expansion, which is the first expansion, you're not going to have cursed and blessed tokens, so you're going to have to choose the other one. It gives you some extra health back. Psychiatry assistance. Ramblings of the Mad. Mad Experiments. Financial backers. Each investor takes the bottom card of the adventure deck as a trophy. Nice. So you're getting blessed and cursed stuff. So if you don't have them, you're going to have to choose the other one. Strange Heirloom. Or Heirloom, sorry. Bank Robbery. A Play in the Park. Gypsy Curse. Founder's Rock. There's one for the Sheldon Gang. Arrested. Police Assistance. Cold Case. A Warm Meal. Late Night Visitor. Booth in the Back. Police Raid. Dark Dealings. Back Alley Battle. Invitation to Mystery. Private Meetings. Inner Sanctum. Strange Lights. Rats in the Wall. The Forbidden Library. Death at the Docks. Prisoner of a Madman. Deep Ones Emerge. Standing Stones. Blood Sacrifice. Stormy Crossing. Run for Your Lives. Growing Terror. Things in the Basement. Oh boy, look at that. 5 hearts. I'll kill a lot of people. But then I get ink blocks, which is nice and easy. Pursuing Leads. Cryptic Messages. Late Arrivals. Abandoned Crate. Thing on the Train. Yeah, that's not scary. The Ornate Chest. The Psychic Skull. Curiosity Kills. Wheeling and Dealing. Breaking and Entering. Shipment from Innsmouth. Grave Robbing. Open Graves. Necromantic Rites. Faceless Terrors. Lost in the Dark. Altar in the Deep. Chat with the Father. You got your healing card. Prayers for the Lost. Sanctification. Roughed Up. Terrified Guest. Room 13. Ooh, 10 clues. Advance the clock. Ancient Scripts. Lessons from the Past. That's a good one. A Night at the Museum. Get some good elder signs from that one. Either gain 2 or gain 1 and remove 1. Doom. Emergency Care. So life might be hard to take care of, but you want to do it before monsters appear. Gruesome Autopsy. Last Words. Lure of the Unknown. Magical Mishaps. Chancing Incantations. Lost in Brambles. Moonshine by Moonlight. And finally, the Coven, or Coven. That is all our different adventure cards. So I can jump in and look at all of our Mythos and skill cards and all that stuff. So our Mythos deck is kind of the same backs as the original one. Just kind of a same front too. Just want to make sure you don't mix them up. Kind of wish they made a different back color for that. I think they do in the later expansions. And here's the event decks. And it's pretty big, so I'm not going to read through all of these, just so I don't read through all the Mythos cards. But they're going to do stuff like, zoom in a little. After you spend a clue during this resolution phase, you may reroll the dice a second time without spending an additional clue. Or, if you fail this adventure, do not suffer any penalties. Just kind of neat, just different things. So we have a narrow escape. We have a moment's respite. Stout resolve. Ugh. A call for aid. Peace and quiet. Lucky find. Rare knowledge. Unexpected aid. A couple of those. Unstable location. 2 of those. Unexpected difficulties. Got 2 of those. A hungry creatures. Got 2 of those. A foolish mistake. Stirring in slumber. Fruitless struggle. Turf war. Secrets of the Lodge. Devil's bargain. Mysterious opposition. Stolen strength. And overwhelming fear. Alright, then we're going to go through the Mythos cards, and if you watched the other videos, I'm not going to sit here and read through all these, just because there are lots of the same stuff. So the top one is your immediate effect, the bottom one's your ongoing effect. So the stars align, while time slips away, and a man struggles and misses stillness, and I'm just going to kind of play through all these. Because you get a lot of the same ones, like the Herald at the end, a dark purpose with different bottoms. So they kind of share the tops and bottoms between each one. Again, these aren't going to have symbols on them because they want you to only use this deck with this one. My guess is just because there's so many of them that if you combined them all with the other one, you have a lot of reoccurring effects. Plus, some of these are on lists like Silver Twilight membership, and like again, that's the best part about board games. You own them. You can do whatever you want. You want to mix all these together. You want to add the membership cards and all that stuff to the base game. You want to shuffle all the adventure cards together. You can do all that. You can do whatever you want because it's your game. You can customize them however you want. Make your own house rules. Alright, so we got through kind of the, quote-unquote boring cards. So we're going to get a bunch of these membership cards, and there's just a kind of different one. They're all the same thing, either Sheldon Gang on one side or Order of the Twilight on the other. Kind of like the Bless and Curse cards from the other expansion. Alright, so let's look at our couple of new common items. A suitcase of cash. Ooh, 3 trophy value of 3. Flashlight. Discard this card at the beginning of your movement to flip one Arkham Adventure card face up. You may then move to that adventure ignoring the entry effect. So this one's going to have the symbol in the bottom. So it's only for the Arkham set. But that's not bad. It's one of the, or 2 of the 5 cards. But some of the other ones like Flare or the Case are really nice to use for all of them. Flare Gun. Discard this card during your move step to move your investigator to an adventure. The investigator may trade unique items, common spells, or clues. You move to someone else and trade some stuff around. You have the Roadster. Discard this card at the end of your resolution phase. You can skip your clock phase and take another turn. And then Arkham only one, we have Sheldon Spinus. Discard this card during your turn to gain a Sheldon Gang membership. So we're going to look at the unique items now. A Prism of Vision. After a roll, discard. You change the die to its highest investigation result. You may use this item only or during any investigator's turn. Tika Halo. After a roll, discard. You change the die to a terror result. You may use this item on any investigator's turn. So that'd be great to just add to the base game. That's why I love stuff like that. Hermetic Text. After you roll, change the dice to a lore result. Use on any turn. And Silver Lance. Discard to roll to a peril result. And then this one specifically for Arkham. Sigil of the Order. Discard this card anytime you choose an investigator to gain a Silver Twilight membership. You may use this item on any investigator's turn. And we got some spells here. So, Evocation of Horus. You may cast a spell on any investigator's turn. Green Flame of Kasula. So this is saying that, so the difference here is once the die is in there, the die can be used on anybody's turn, but this is saying you can actually play this on somebody else's turn. So before you can only put die from your turn, you can put it on your spell card, and then anyone could use that die. This also lets you play it on somebody else's turn to take one of their die that might be helpful. Arkham only card. Seal Gate. Discard at the start of your turn to close a gate of your choice. Conjuration. Discard the start of your turn to search the unique or common item for a card of your choice. Gain that card and then shuffle the deck. And then Reach of the Mind. Discard during another investigator's turn to allow him to reroll any number of dice, like a free clue. Well, not free, I guess. You have to spend. Then we have some allies. Kestrel Claire. When attempting to resolve an Underworld card, place 1 sanity token on Kestrel Claire to add 1 yellow die and red die to your pool. William Bane. When a Doom token is added to the Doom track, place 1 sanity on William to ignore the effects of that icon. Granny Orn. When she joins you, place 4 clue tokens on. You may spend them as if they're your own. Cornelia Jones. When she joins you, draw 3 skill cards. Choose 1 to place on her and discard the rest. You may choose a skill as if you may use a skill chosen as if it was your own. And it's Arkham only 1. And then Kelvin Wright, which is kind of an interesting card. So each time you lose sanity or stamina, you may place an equal number of sanity or stamina on Kelvin Wright instead. If he has 5, he's discarded. Ability is really cool, but it also makes him neat because he's also an investigator. So when you get one of the other expansions that have him, you're supposed to remove him from the deck, the ally deck. So you can't use him. Basically, once you buy the expansion, you're not supposed to use him anymore because he became an investigator. Although you can keep him in there as long as you're not playing as Kelvin, I suppose. That'd be kind of cool. So then finally we have the new card, the skill card. This is a graduation hat with some books. So you're going to add some interesting effects to the game. I don't know why they say they kind of list it like it's only supposed to be used in Arkham. I'd use it for any of them. I don't think it should make a difference. Once during your turn, you may reroll 1 die showing an investigation result, or discard during any investigator's turn to return a monster to the cup. Bravery. Once during your turn, you may ignore 1 terror effect. Discard to fully regain your sanity. Psychology training. Once during your turn, may cause another investigator to regain 1 sanity, or discard to cause during any investigator's turn to cause them to regain 1 sanity. So if they need it quick. Persuasive. Each time you draw an ally, draw 2 allies instead. Choose 1 to keep, discard the other. Discard it any time you draw an ally. Mystic Gift. Each time you draw a spell, draw 2, choose 1, keep 1. Or discard to draw a spell. You know, a bunch are all going to say that. Wanderlust. At the start of your turn, you may flip 1 face down Arkham Adventure card face up. So this one wouldn't work outside of it, but it'd be easy enough to pull like this one out or redraw it if you did it. Or just get it and ignore that first, because discard during any investigator's step to ignore the entry effect. Scientific training. Once during your turn, you may turn a dice showing an investigation result to the highest investigation result. We have luck. When you draw an event during your turn, you may draw 2 events instead. Choose 1 event and resolve the other. Or discard the other. Medical training. Once during your turn, cause another investigator to regain stamina or discard so they can regain 1. Athleticism. You may change a lore to a peril icon or discard to change it. Or occult knowledge. Change a terror icon to a lore, or discard to do it. And finally, business savvy. Once during your turn, when spending trophies, you may reduce the number of trophies you need to spend by 1 to a minimum of 1. You can't get anything for free, but you can definitely make stuff cheaper. Alright, so that was the Gates of Arkham expansion. Yeah, so new investigators, new items, new monsters, like couple new different, Otherworld cards, but all the other new stuff you can just add to your base game or play with one of the other expansions if you want. Otherwise, just, yeah, new cards to play, different story, different way of playing it, so you have less, so different options on how you have to play the game, which is kind of interesting. So instead of just, I have 6 cards I can choose from. When I beat one, I draw the next one, or however. and you just keep replacing it. You only have 3, and you have to kind of, do I want that one, or I want that one? Maybe I have to take that one. That's a little bit different strategy for the game. She's not the same exact game every time. Alright, catch you guys later. Bye.